Daveyskills back again, a little later than usual, but your Skippy track guide is here. Better late than never is what I say. This week we're at the oh so technical Laguna Seca. Let's get this baby started. As usual these days, here are the track conditions at the end of my session. Also you can see my time of a 1:35.991 was ran on the 8th lap of my stint, so there's still some room for improvement based off fuel load alone. Then we have the setup, nothing special, in fact it's the exact same setup I used in last week's track guide. Onto the lap itself. Unlike most weeks, I'm going to let the lap play through in full first, then I'm going to break it down in a more detailed way. Bit of feedback I've received, so I thought I'd give it a go. First turn is a double apex turn, braking reasonably smoothly to try and keep that back end in check. We go down to first and then look to spot our exit. Quickly flick the car over to the left hand side of the track and squeeze the brake to keep the weight on the front of the car and apex as late as you can. Then we stay to the far left, just a little lift for this turn, quite simple but not that easy to get right. As we ease our way onto the right hand side of the track, we get ready for this lovely bank turn, another smooth braking zone, hugging the curb on the inside and on the power early. Now we start our ascent up to the big boy, but first we have a tricky little corner. Another lift will get us through it, just be careful of the sausage on the inside. The Rahal straight, looking as steep as ever here. Braking early for the corkscrew, I go down to first gear, cut as much as you can on the inside, then flat out as we drop down the second half of this monster. Another corner where a lift is all we need, change to fourth and aim for the blue and white curbs. Now we're gaining speed rapidly, brake early for this right-hander, use the camber of the corner to your full advantage and get back on the power early, then quickly over to the right-hand side of the track for the last turn, down to first, throw it in, full power, clip the sausage, and we're done. Let's break it down in a bit more detail, shall we?
1 minute 36.1.
Heading into turn 1, we shift to 5th gear, then look to spot our braking point. Just before the 3-board, this white patch of concrete. We're going to brake smoothly down to first gear. As this is a double apex, you're looking to almost overshoot the turn, so clip the curb and trail brake, then power, clipping the inside curb on the exit too. For turn 2, you can use the number 2 board, however I like to use the rubber on the curbs highlighted here. Squeeze the brake at the end of these markings. You can leave a touch of throttle on as you look to use the sausage curb as a reference for your apex. Be careful on exit as you can get drawn out onto the dirt easily. For turn 3, I like to use the curb on entry as my reference. You can see it cuts back in. That's the angle I like to get my car turned in at. However, just a little bit sooner. I've tried to illustrate that here. So turn and lift as you get to this point. Then again, it's a case of aiming for that sausage and getting on the power as early as you can without unsettling the back end. For turn 4, we use the white concrete lines as our braking point again. Dropping to 3rd gear, you're going to want to keep the braking very smooth here. Because of the banking, you can apex earlier and carry more speed than you think. Getting your car positioned on the curb, on the inside, is a must. Again, I use the sausage curb as a prompt to get back on the power, then just let the car drift to the outside of the track. The kink is upcoming now, a very tricky turn, almost blindly turning in. I like to use the number 2 board as my marker to lift and turn. If my car starts to turn too much, I get back on the power quick time, because the last thing you want is to hit that sausage curb on the inside. As always, aim to get back on the power as soon as possible. Even 1 mile an hour extra up the Rahal straight will make a massive difference to your times. Now for the corkscrew, because of the crest in our braking point, we need to brake earlier than usual. Fortunately for us, there's another white concrete strip that we can use. Brake here, again, nice and smooth with some power. Go down to first, or second, your preference, and begin to bleed off the brakes as you approach the curbs. Put the inside as much as you can, then immediately go full power. If you've got the entry right, the exit will come naturally. You'll simply drop down and carry on. We then keep turning right after the corkscrew to open up this downhill left, shift to 4th gear, and begin to lift off the throttle to encourage your car to turn in. You're looking to aim for the curbs. As soon as you see you're on the right line, go back full throttle. Now for the second last turn, using the curbs as our braking point, another smooth brake down to 3rd. As you can see on my lap, the downshift didn't work straight away. I panic and smash it to get into 3rd later than normal. This messes my line up through the turn. I don't get the car onto the curb on the inside, which is what I would have ideally done. But because the corner has a lot of camber, I still get on the power early, manage to recover and don't lose too much time. Then we're on to the last turn, using the 2 board as a braking point. Once your car has driven completely past it, brake hard down to 1st. You want to keep the car in a straight line for longer than usual on this turn. Wait until you're in first gear to turn in, then bleed off the brake until your car is heading for the sausage curb, then quickly back to full power and onto the home straight. As always, I'm going to play the chase cam lap, haven't forgotten about it. If you did enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Next week I'm going to try and get the content out on time. Apologies again. See you guys next week.